Well, you probably know how it feels to find that perfect parking spot on a popular block. And you may also know the panic when you find a ticket on your windshield, or even worse, you can't find your car at all because it's been towed. Our Lauren Victory is always investigating, and tonight drives down a puzzling path involving a ticket and tow that never should have happened.
Finding a place to park on the near north side can be a challenge.
Thought I won the lottery getting parking in Chicago on a Saturday night.
Esther Liu definitely did not hit the jackpot. The spot she found for her Honda Element, seen here on surveillance video, could wind up costing her more than $10,000.
All I know is I had a good working, recently serviced car. I parked it in Chicago, and now I have a nearly totaled car.
So I parked right here in this first spot, and this sign says it's 7-day paid parking.
Check out this receipt proving payment and footage from that fateful July night showing Liu snapping a photo of the parking rules.
You did your homework before even trying to park the car? I definitely tried, yes.
Research is kinda Liu's thing. The PhD student was here in Chicago to study the history of indigenous people as part of a summer fellowship. She expected to be holed up in Newberry Library, not held up by city bureaucracy.
Because I'm a researcher, and like my way of coping with stress is to just try to figure out what's happening.
Her unexpected after-hours project unraveled this 50-second stretch of surveillance video. Why did this red tow truck take her legally parked Honda? She says the driver did it all wrong, dragging her car away on only its back two wheels.
You can't tow an all-wheel drive like that.
This is so much paperwork.
Paperwork from a series of fights. The first one at the city tow lot on Sacramento, where Liu's Honda was taken.
They said you can't access the vehicle.
Because technically the Honda, with out-of-state plates, was registered to Liu's brother. She says she pleaded to get her glasses and EpiPen that were locked inside, but was told no.
That was wild. These are essential medications.
The next battle was over a towing order issued by Chicago police.
It says that I was parked in a tow zone.
Not true. Remember this sign that says paid parking? Also off.
It says that the date and time of violation was 4:50 a.m.
The actual tow order came at 4:55, but it's 4:46 when the car was taken, according to the timestamp on this surveillance video from a nearby building. That time difference matters because that's not proper towing protocol for the city.
Order the tow, then dispatch the tow trucks.
Liu says she asked someone at the tow yard why police would have called for her car's removal from the street after the tow already happened.
He was telling me that, oh, well, they might have had their watch fast.
The CPD officer who hand-wrote Liu's towing ticket and order was busy that night, according to information received from a CBS News Chicago Public Records request. Between midnight and 4:50 a.m., he wrote 32 tickets. Liu's wasn't the only one with questionable timing. Data we analyzed shows the officer wrote a tow zone ticket on Kinsey at 1:30 a.m. Just 2 minutes later, he wrote another, but it was 3 blocks away on Hubbard Street. At 3:35 in the morning, he wrote a ticket on Clark Street for a vehicle not having a residential permit. At the exact same time, he logged a ticket on Dearborn. Is this bad timekeeping or something else?
I think that this tow order was written after that red tow truck had already snatched my car.
Chicago police couldn't explain the discrepancy. We didn't get much of a reason from Streets and Sanitation either. That department maintains the newly inflated $96 million contract with United Road Towing, the company that hired the subcontractor responsible for towing Liu's car.
I'm going to contest the tow and the fees.
She did, and won in administrative court, where a judge ruled the tow unjustified. You may think this story is over.
The check engine light starts flashing.
It's not.
And the car does not start.
Mechanics at Honda of downtown Chicago found thousands of dollars in repairs needed for Liu's vehicle post-tow.
The battery and starter were fried. They said the car wouldn't shift out of park.
Liu says the damage was caused by the tower, the one that dragged her all-wheel drive car instead of putting it on a flatbed. For more than 2 months, she's fought United Road Towing to pay for the fixes. Her repeated requests, alongside CBS News Chicago's multiple inquiries to the city contractor, were either ignored or answered with, "It's under investigation."
What do you think when you hear all the details about this saga?
It's the gift that keeps giving.
That's sarcasm from Alderman Gilbert Villegas. He fought for legislation in 2021 that tracks tow operators in Chicago by requiring a city license.
We've got to get a handle on it because a lot of people are being impacted.
Villegas will be back in front of City Council soon with another towing-related proposal, one that could have helped Liu if it had been in place.
This ordinance takes a look at when the tow truck driver does have the vehicle, what are some of the responsibilities?
Like covering damage from a tow. Chicago offers a claims process, but the city's website says it may take several months before a final determination is made. That's not time people with broken cars have.
There's a lot more teeth that we're getting in there to make sure that the consumers are not being taken advantage of.
A carless and exhausted Liu completed her library fellowship in August and returned home to Minnesota.
I think it just really impacts the public perception and image people have of the city of Chicago.
She plans to keep fighting the system from afar.
See if there's any accountability possible.
For her sake and for the sake of others.
A blinking immobilizer light.
Frustrated by a seemingly simple parking spot turned complicated mess. Born Victory, CBS News, Chicago.
Liu is still waiting for a decision about reimbursement for the damages to her car. Alderman Villegas confirmed this afternoon that he plans to introduce his latest tow ordinance at this Wednesday's council meeting.